Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and finally it is done. Conor Gallagher has finally joined Atletico Madrid after a saga that lasted about a month. Today is finally the day that he has been unveiled as an Atletico Madrid player for about 42 million euros. He has finally moved from Chelsea to Atletico Madrid for a 5-year contract. The deal has been on the cards for about a month. It was first broken by Fabrizio Romano that he's not going to sign a new contract. Chelsea really wanted him to stay. They offered him a contract twice. The second time he was going to be one of the biggest earners at the club, but Gallagher really did not want to sign for Chelsea. He did not want to extend his contract. He had set his mind up because that he wanted to leave. And when this news came out, Atletico Madrid pounced first. They were the first teams to make contact with him, to make contact with Chelsea. It took them a couple of days, and the fee with Chelsea was agreed. And then there were talks between them and Conor Gallagher. They offered their contract, and then Chelsea's contract was also there, and then it was up to Conor Gallagher to make the decision where he wants to go. It took a lot of time, like almost a week, and Atletico almost pulled out of the deal. And finally then Conor Gallagher agreed the terms from Atletico Madrid, and it looked like everything was done and dusted. It felt like the deal would be announced about 2 weeks ago. He goes to Atletico Madrid, gets his medical done, and everybody is waiting for the deal to get announced. And then the news breaks that Sami Omaruddin's deal is cancelled, and that it could have an effect on the Conor Gallagher deal. And then everybody is waiting, and then after 2 days nothing has happened. Then Chelsea called back Conor Gallagher back to London. He leaves Atletico Madrid after the medical being done. He already started training with the team, and then he was called back to Chelsea. And then as Chelsea tried to find a solution with Atletico Madrid, Joao Felix's deals comes into play. Now Chelsea started to look towards Joao Felix because they needed somebody who can play up top, because after Omaruddin they really did not have a striker. They did not want to go out and pay a huge amount of money for Osimhen. So they needed some sort of a replacement, and they somehow found it in Joao Felix, who has already been at Chelsea. He was here at loan, and then they finally decided to go and get him. That deal, as that deal was going on, it was pretty sure, like it basically looked certain that once that deal goes over the line, then the Gallagher deal is going to be done as well, because it was already agreed. Everything was done and dusted. It was just the sticking point was just Chelsea did not get the player that they wanted, so they needed to be sure that they get something out of this Gallagher deal, selling him to Atletico. They wanted something in return, and they got Joao Felix. And as soon as the Joao Felix deal was concluded, it almost became certain that he is coming back to Chelsea. Gallagher, he left for Atletico Madrid last night. He arrived in Madrid early morning today, and today finally again they have announced the signing officially that Conor Gallagher has joined Atletico Madrid from Chelsea. And I said this before, I think it's a really good signing for all the three parties. It's a good move for all three parties involved. Like Chelsea, they really wanted him to stay, but he did not want to stay, and they have now gotten a good amount of money for a player who was in his last year of the contract. So that's a good deal, because they could have easily lost him for free if he did not agree to the terms proposed by Atleti. And he could have decided to just stay and run down his contract and end up living on a free, and Chelsea would have lost a good amount of money. Like they got 42 million euros out of him, so that's a good deal for them. Gallagher himself, because I think he understands the situation at Chelsea. He was one of their best players last year, but this time when a player himself decides to leave, you know that he realizes that something is wrong at the club. And I feel that he knew that he might not get enough playing time, even though Maresca really wanted him, but he really did not want to sign. And I think he understood the mess that the club is in, and he felt that they would not be able to compete for the titles or to finish in the top 4. So I think that was his thinking. That's why I think he did not decide to renew his contract, even though he's a Chelsea homeboy. Like he has grown from there. It is his boyhood club and all that, but he realized that it's not gonna work at Chelsea any longer. And then you have Atletico Madrid. I mean, they get themselves a really good player. It's the type of player that the manager there, Diego Simeone, would love. I mean, he's a workaholic, a workhorse. He would drag himself down. He's physical. He runs a lot. He is everything that Diego Simeone would want in that midfield. You know, to get somebody who can get in, get the tackle, get physical. He's not really worried about to mess up with other players. And then that is the physical aspect. And then he has that technical ability as well to get the final pass, to make this final run. And it's a very good. He can make those runs in the box as well. He can pick that final pass. He can spot the players making the run. So it's a really good signing for them. It's a really good player. So I think it's as I said, it's a very good signing for all three of them, and Atletico themselves would be really happy that they have gotten him for about 42 million players. Usually if you are signing English players, there is an English tax that you need to pay, and I think they have been lucky in that regards, because he was on his last year of his contract. So they managed to get him in a way cheap. Still 42 million euros. It's a big amount, but I think as compared to other players and the other prices that we usually see the English player go for, I think Atleti are in a way quite lucky that they have gotten him on such a basic amount, I would say, in this transfer market as well. I think 42 million euros for a player like Gallagher, I don't think that's a big amount for Atletico to pay. So as overall, I think it's a great transfer, and like everybody would be really happy that this saga is over. People basically thought that Alvarez would be the one that will be the transfer saga of the summer, that would be the one that could get dragged out, but it has changed. Alvarez was done quite quickly, and Gallagher became the saga of the summer, and now that is also over. Today he has officially signed Atletico Madrid player, and I think he is gonna have a good time here. It's Atletico Madrid is the type of team that he would really excel at. The players that they have, the squad that they have, I think he's gonna have a really good time. And Atletico themselves, they have made themselves even stronger. I already predicted them to finish second and to challenge Real Madrid for the title. I have always said this throughout the previews, and I think my prediction as well, I think it's going to be a two-horse race this time between the Madrid clubs. And now they even before Gallagher came, and now that they have added Gallagher, I think Atletico themselves become even more stronger, and I think they are gonna have a good crack at the title this time around. So yeah, that is it from me. A good deal for all parties. Best of luck to Gallagher to have a great time at Atleti, and have a great season ahead. Great deal for Chelsea, great deal for Atleti. So that is it from me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did Gallagher make the right decision to leave Chelsea and join Atletico, and do you think the price for him was fair enough? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.